බබෙන්ගොඩතුමා දැන් දෙවන කාර්තුවේදී ආර්ථික වර්ධන වේගය දශම ගණනකින් ටිකක් අඩු වෙලා තියෙනවා. ඒකට හේතුව බදු ආදායම් අඩුවීමද නැත්නම් තවත් හේතු තියෙනවද?
ආර්ථික වර්ධනය දෙවන කාර්තුවේ 4.7ක් අත වශයෙන් මේක මම
Economic growth in the second quarter was 4.7%. I do not see it as a drop. It was greater than what we expected, especially when comparing the second quarter of last year. I do see a correlation between this and tax revenue because it has not reduced. Based on the statistics released by the Finance Ministry, tax revenue has increased.
Journalists queried the central bank chief on the discussions he held with the president.
It was a short discussion. The finance secretary was also present. We discussed contemporary matters and what needs to be done going forward, mainly regarding fiscal policy. Consolidation of reserves at the CBSL was also briefly discussed. We focused mainly on the current economic situation and short-term priority areas. It was a discussion held to gather our ideas. A broader conversation, one on a technical level, has not happened yet.
ඔබතුමා දිකටම ඔබතුමාගේ සහයෝගය ලබා දෙනවද මහා බැංකු අධිපතිවරයා විසින්?
අපේ දැන් පවතින අලුත් මහා බැංකු පනතයට
The governor and the monetary board have been appointed for a stipulated period according to the new Central Bank Act. Therefore, there is an undertaking for us to provide our fuller support in keeping with the legislation. My opinion is there is no reason for an independent monetary board appointed to an independent central bank to change despite a change in government. Individual decisions of its members could vary, but it isn't something that should happen as a norm.
The CBSL governor elaborated on the restructuring process of the ISBs.
If a decision is made to carry forward the same process, we have an agreement in principle with international bondholders, local bondholders, and the CDB. These are the three parties we have reached an agreement in principle with. The next step is to measure whether it is an adherence to the IMF's debt sustainability analysis or the DSA. We are very confident that it is in line. That is why all of that has been published. Therefore, we need to ensure the comparability is maintained, which means the relief given by the OCC and other creditors matches relief. We need to complete it soon. Once that is complete, we move on to the bond exchange. If the preceding steps are completed, a bond exchange can be done within 6 to 8 weeks.
The CBSL chief was also queried on reports claiming the current DSA for Sri Lanka will be altered.
The decision on altering DSA or its targets is made by the Ministry of Finance. We do not engage in it. They have to decide whether to move forward with the existing DSA or to negotiate a new one. It is difficult for me to express an opinion on it since it must be decided by the Ministry of Finance.
Questions were raised regarding the previous government's decision to ease import restrictions on vehicles.
We provided certain recommendations when that decision was being made with regard to how it can be done gradually. Based on the reserves we have, I do not see a reason for that recommendation to change.
Questions were also raised regarding President Anura Kumara Dissanayaka's decision to provide fertilizer and fuel subsidies from the 1st of October.
Governor, yesterday it was announced that subsidies will be provided for the farmers and also the fishermen of this country. So, with the economic situation we were in, do you think we have enough money to provide all for these subsidies?
That I think fiscal policy decision is we have to ask a question of treasury based on their cash flows, revenue, and all these things. It's difficult for me to comment on that question.